Welcome to the Disneyland Extinct Attraction Club's video series. Here we showcase the shows, attractions, and lands that are now a part of Disneyland's past.
Disneyland, Disneyland, shining star in Disneyland. If your heart is the youthful kind, you can seek there you'll find castles high in the air. All your dreams are waiting there. And best of all, your dreams come true in Disneyland for you. You can ride a rocket to the moon, spend a day with Daniel Boone, Pinocchio and Peter Pan and Cinderella too, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs will say hello to you. Best of all, your dreams come true in Disneyland, Disneyland for you.
From America Sings to the Indian Village, Disneyland's history comes alive thanks to the Disneyland Extinct Attractions Club. In a late 1950s Disneyland map, just above the planned but never realized Liberty Street and Edison Square, where Space Mountain now resides, was a future attraction to be called Adventures in Science. Early conceptual drawings in Disneyland guidebooks showed a large viewing area where guests would observe futuristic scientific events. The entrance to this attraction was through a giant microscope, riding what looked like some sort of germ or amoeba. Due to the attention directed toward the 1964 World's Fair, this major attraction was never built. For in 1961, the flying saucers soon landed on the real estate in which Adventures in Science was to have occupied. After the World's Fair, when attention was once again redirected to Disneyland's aging Tomorrowland, the idea of a scientific ride using some kind of microscope was once again in the mind of Walt Disney. The visions of the future have almost always included those dreams of rocket ships and traveling through the vastness of outer space. The theme for the new Tomorrowland was a world on the move. This slogan did not only mean the world of futuristic monorails, people mover systems, and trips to the moon. No, it also meant trips through a seldom thought about world of infinite proportions. The vast world of the molecule and that of inner space. The Hall of Chemistry at Disneyland gave many their first look at what a large part atoms and molecules play in the makeup of all living things. A big part of the Disney presence at the World's Fair was intended to attract more high-level corporate sponsorship into Disneyland to help offset the enormous costs of the new Tomorrowland and future Disneyland improvements. But many sponsors of the World's Fair did not come to Disneyland when the fair was over. Ford and the Magic Skyway, for example, did not return. Most of the attractions did make the trip from New York to a permanent home in Anaheim, California.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
For adventure through inner space, however, Disney had only to look to chemical giant Monsanto, whose attractions, such as the Hall of Chemistry and the House of the Future, drew millions of guests each year. The Monsanto Chemical Company accepted sponsorship of the Mighty Microscope and its adventures from the beginning. To have an attraction based so much in science fact made it tough for Imagineers to come up with an interesting storyline. Enter the Mighty Microscope, an idea borrowed from the Adventures in Science concept. The Mighty Microscope was Adventure Through Inner Space's main draw. Guests in line would hear strange calculations being made as they watched in shocking amazement other guests boarding round vehicles and then almost seeming to shrink right before their eyes as they entered a world where snowflakes towered even over the largest skyscrapers.
Ultrascanoscope tracking. Signal locked in. Miniaturization factor minus 10 million.
Imagineer Claude Coates came up with much of the design for inner space. He used what they called an omnimover system, which would afford the vehicles and their newly appointed scientists the ability to swivel 180 degrees in either direction. This system was revolutionary because, unlike dark rides such as Snow White and Mr. Toad, the audience's view was dictated by the direction in which the vehicle would place them. This system was used in many other popular rides, such as the Haunted Mansion and If You Had Wings in Florida, among others. But a great story of a shrinking scientist exploring the vastness of inner space and a breakthrough ride vehicle system cleverly called atom-mobiles were only half of this ride's appeal. Now a song was needed, a song that would tell of the wonders that could be brought to mankind by molecules and the Monsanto Company. The song they would write would be Miracles from Molecules.
Miracles from molecules are dawning every day. Discoveries for happiness in a fabulous way.
Heard at the conclusion of the attraction in a pseudo Hall of Chemistry / Monsanto futuristic product display. Miracles from Molecules was an instant hit.
Miracles from molecules for man.
As guests entered the attraction building, there was a great feeling of not having to give up one of their precious ride tickets, for Adventures Through Inner Space was completely free thanks to the generosity of Monsanto. As guests wind down the curved, acrylic-carpeted pathways, the Mighty Microscope finally came into view. A giant snowflake illuminated this eerie scientific environment. Even the attendants seemed odd, wearing costumes made from the futuristic material polyester, a product made by the Monsanto Company. The ride itself began as you entered your Atommobile and were then shrunk down to the level of the atom by the mysterious Mighty Microscope. Here now is where you begin your adventure through inner space.
Automobiles approaching snowflake specimen. All phases stand by to verify resolving power.
Phase blue. Phase blue. Light wavelength approximately 0.5 thousand millimeters. Definition excellent.
Phase green. Is
Resolving power decreasing.
Phase green, increase U angle. Verify.
Phase green. U angle increased to 14 degrees 29 minutes. Automobile definition, excellent.
All phases hold U angle until forward units reach crystalline stage of snowflake.
Your attention, please. This is the tracking procedure of an adventure through inner space. Adventurous men of science who have made this journey before you are carefully plotting every phase of this incredible journey as you shrink beyond the smallness of an atom, the smallest building block of matter. We wish you an enlightening experience, for though your body will shrink, your mind will expand.
All phases lower resolvable separation as automobiles proceed through crystalline stage. Compensate shrinking factor.
Phase yellow. U angle increased to 85 degrees. Approaching practical limit.
Phase yellow. Hold at 90 degrees and stand by to convert to immersion fluid.
You are about to begin your adventure through inner space. We hope this remarkable journey will bring you closer to the adventures experienced daily by men of science. Men of vision who make similar treks in a never-ending search for new ways to manipulate molecules for your comfort and convenience. This journey which you are about to take is but one of many such marvelous adventures through inner space.
Forward units proceeding beyond limits of optical magnification. All phases activate DLX system. Verify voltage compensators.
Phase blue, DLX system go. Focusing on H2O molecules. Advanced automobiles obscured.
All primary phases pinpoint CC factor of condenser coil. Verify triangulation.
The front
Phase
panel
blue,
will close
CC factor
automatically.
rectified.
Please remain
Advanced
seated at all
automobiles going
times.
into
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
Automatic tracking signals.
Phase blue.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
Positive.
Phase green.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
For centuries, man had but his own two eyes to explore the wonders of his world. Then he invented the microscope, a mighty eye, and discovered the fantastic universe beyond the limits of his own meager sight. Now your adventure through inner space has begun. Through the mighty microscope, you will travel into the incredible universe found within a tiny fragment of a snowflake. I am the first person to make this fabulous journey. Suspended in the timelessness of inner space are the thought waves of my first impressions. They will be our only source of contact once you have passed beyond the limits of normal.
Magnification. 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 Magnification.
I am passing beyond the magnification limits of even the most powerful microscope. These are snowflakes, and yet they seem to grow larger and larger. I am shrinking beyond the smallness of a tiny snowflake crystal. Indeed, I am becoming smaller and smaller.
And still I continue to shrink. What compelling force draws me into this?
These tiny bits of snowflake crystal tower above me like an enormous wall of ice. Can I penetrate this gigantic prism? And yet this wall of ice only seems smooth and solid. From this tiny viewpoint, I can see that nothing is solid, no matter how it appears. And still I continue to shrink. What compelling force draws me into this mysterious darkness? Can this be the threshold of inner space? Strange spheres. If I reach universe of the molecule? Yes, these are water molecules, H2O. They vibrate in such an orderly pattern because this is water frozen into a solid state of motion. I have pierced the wall of the oxygen atom. I'm so infinitely small now that I can see millions of orbiting electrons. They appear like the Milky Way of our own solar system. This vast realm, this is the infinite universe within a tiny speck of snowflake crystal. And there is the nucleus of the atom. Do I dare explore the vastness of its inner space? No, I dare not go on. I must return to the realm of the molecule before I go on shrinking forever. Oh, strange. The molecules are so active now. They have become fluid, freed from the frozen state. That can only mean that the snowflake is melting. Yes, the snowflake has melted, but there is no cause for alarm. You are back on visual and returning to your normal size. This has been one of many exciting adventures through inner space in a never-ending search for new ways to rearrange molecules for the benefit of mankind. Now, in our display area, you will see modern miracles created by rearranging the molecules of not only water, but of air, coal, petroleum, and many other raw materials. This is Monsanto.
Searches on by men who dare and plan, making modern miracles from molecules for man.
When the automatic front panel opens, please step out to your right. When the automatic front panel opens, please step out to your right. When the automatic front panel opens, please step out to your right. When the automatic front panel opens, please step out to your right. When the automatic front panel opens, please step out to your right.
Discoveries for happiness in a fabulous array of never-ending searches on by men who dare and plan, making modern miracles from molecules for man. Every atom is a world, an infinity unfurled, a world of inner space without an end. A world of mystery, of endless energy, with treasures more than man can ever spend. Miracles from molecules are dawning every day. Discoveries for happiness in a fabulous array. A never-ending search is on by men who dare and plan, making modern miracles from molecules for man, making modern
It's here in the exit area where guests learned about new technologies such as clear plastic meat trays, polyester clothing, AstroTurf, and other exciting products, all made possible by Monsanto's forward thinking and the miracles from molecules brought to us by scientific discovery. Adventures Through Inner Space closed on September 2nd, 1985.
Hello, I am C3PO, and this is my counterpart, R2D2. It seems that we will soon be working in the spaceport up ahead. R2 says that flights are scheduled to begin this winter. I do hope you'll join us. It seems wherever we go, adventure is sure to follow.
The end of the story. At the beginning of Star Tours, in the lower right-hand corner, the mighty microscope can be seen among the techno junk in the flight hangar for the Star Speeders. Even though it no longer shrinks guests at Disneyland, this image is viewed daily by guests not only in Disneyland, but in Walt Disney World and Tokyo Disneyland. A feat that is truly beyond the limits of normal
Magnification.
Miracles from molecules are dawning every day. Discoveries for happiness in a fabulous array. A never-ending search is on by men who dare and plan, making modern miracles from molecules